Every morning, in a small coffee shop on the corner of a quiet street, an old woman would sit by the window. She always sat in the same chair. She always ordered the same drink. She always left the same tip. She did this every single day for 2 years. And then, one morning, she did not come. This is the story of that old woman and the young man who served her coffee, and the secret she carried in her purse that he did not learn until it was too late. It is a story about grief, about kindness, about the strangers we pass every day who are carrying entire universes inside their hearts. It is a story I have been wanting to tell for a long time. Before I begin, I want to say something to you, my friend. If you are listening to this in your room, alone, late at night, please know that you are not alone. Stories connect us. Voices reach across oceans. We are here together, in this small moment, you and I, sharing something quiet and warm. If you would like more moments like this, do something small for me. Tap the little red button at the bottom of your screen. It is just one tap, but it means that the next story, when it comes, will find its way to you. The way a letter finds its reader, the way a song finds its listener, the way warm light finds the window where it is most needed. That is all I ask. Now, settle in. Pour yourself a hot drink. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow down. I am going to tell you about a cup of coffee that changed 2 lives. His name was Daniel. Daniel was 19 years old. He worked at a small coffee shop called The Open Door. It was on the corner of Maple Street and 5th Avenue, in a quiet part of the city. The shop had 8 tables. It had a yellow door. It had a small bell that rang whenever someone came in. Daniel worked there 6 days a week, from 6 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. He made the coffee. He cleaned the tables. He smiled at the customers. He said, "Have a wonderful day," when they left. Daniel was saving money for college. He wanted to be a teacher, a history teacher. His grandfather had been a history teacher many years ago in another country. Daniel had loved his grandfather very much. He wanted to be like him, but college was expensive. Daniel's family did not have much money. His mother worked 2 jobs. His father had left when Daniel was 12. Daniel had a younger sister named Lily. She was 8 years old. She loved to draw. She wanted to be an artist when she grew up. Daniel was the oldest. He felt responsible. He gave half of every paycheck to his mother, so Lily could have art supplies. He kept the other half for college. It was slow, very slow. He had been working for over a year. He had saved enough for 1 semester of community college. He needed 3 more years of savings to finish a real teaching degree. Sometimes, at night, Daniel would look at the calendar on his wall and feel tired. So tired. The math did not add up. The years stretched ahead of him like a long, empty road. But every morning, he put on his green apron. He tied his hair back. He smiled. He made the coffee. He kept going. That is what people do when they have someone who needs them. The old woman came into the coffee shop for the first time on a rainy Tuesday in October. Daniel remembered the day because the rain was very heavy. The streets were almost empty. Most people stayed at home. But she came in. She was wearing a long grey coat. The coat was wet from the rain. She had a small umbrella in her hand. She closed the umbrella carefully and placed it by the door. She was very old, maybe 75 years old, maybe older. She had silver hair, pulled back into a soft bun. Her face was thin. Her eyes were a deep, tired blue. She walked slowly to the counter. Daniel smiled. "Good morning. What can I get for you?" She did not smile back. She did not look at him. She said, "1 black coffee, 2 sugars." Her voice was soft, almost like a whisper. "That will be $3, please." She opened her purse. She took out a $20 bill. She handed it to him. "I do not have change for a 20, Daniel said. "Just 1 second. I will go check the safe." "Keep it," she said. Daniel looked at her. "I am sorry. What did you say?" Keep the change, please." Daniel did not know what to do. The change was $17. That was a huge tip for a $3 coffee. He had never received a tip like that. Most people did not tip at all in a small coffee shop. The ones who did left $1, maybe $2. "Ma'am," he said, "that is too much. I cannot accept that. Let me give you your change." She looked at him for the first time. Her eyes were so tired, so tired. He had never seen eyes that tired before. "Please," she said, "please, take it. I want you to have it." Daniel did not argue. He nodded. He whispered, "Thank you." She took her cup of coffee. She walked slowly to a small table by the window. She sat down. She looked out at the rain. She did not move. She did not read a book. She did not look at her phone. She did not have a phone. She just sat there, holding her cup of coffee with both hands, watching the rain fall on the street outside. She sat there for 1 hour. Then she stood up. She put on her wet coat. She picked up her umbrella. She left. She did not say goodbye. The bell on the door rang softly. She was gone. Daniel stood at the counter, staring at the $20 bill in the tip jar. He felt strange. He did not know why. Something about the old woman had moved him. He could not say what it was. He thought he would never see her again. He was wrong. The next morning, she came back. She walked through the yellow door. She did not look at him. She went to the counter. 1 black coffee, 2 sugars. She gave him a $20 bill. "Keep it." She walked to the same table by the window. She sat in the same chair. She drank her coffee in silence. She watched the street. She left without saying goodbye. The bell rang as she walked out. The next morning, she came back. And the next. And the next. For 2 months, she came every single morning. Same time, same coffee, same $20. Same table, same silence, same goodbye. Daniel started looking forward to her arrival. She was the strangest customer he had ever had. She never smiled. She never spoke more than 10 words. She never asked his name. She never told him hers. But she came back every day. And Daniel started to wonder, who was she? Where did she come from? Where did she go after she left? Why did she give him so much money? Why did she never speak? He tried to start small conversations. "It is cold outside today." She would nod. Just a small nod. "Did you sleep well?" She would close her eyes for a moment. Like the question hurt her. She would not answer. "Would you like to try our new pastry?" She would shake her head. Just once. Daniel learned to stop asking questions. He learned to give her what she ordered, to smile gently, to say, "Thank you for coming today," and to let her sit by the window in her own quiet world. But he watched her. He could not help it. He watched her drink her coffee, very slowly, holding the cup with both hands as if it were warming her bones. He watched her look out the window. He watched her eyes sometimes fill with tears that she would not let fall. He watched her wipe her hands on a small white handkerchief she always carried in her purse. He felt that she was grieving. He did not know how he knew. But he knew. She was a woman in mourning, a woman who had lost something, a woman who came to a small coffee shop every morning, not for the coffee, but for something else, something he did not understand. After 2 months, Daniel decided to do something. He went to the back room. He took out a small piece of paper and a pen. He wrote a short note. "To my favorite customer, I do not know your name, but I want you to know that you are welcome here, every day, for as long as you want. The seat by the window is yours. Have a beautiful day, Daniel." He folded the note. He tucked it under her coffee cup the next morning when she was not looking. He watched her from behind the counter. He saw her notice the note. He saw her unfold it. He saw her read it. She held the note in her hands for a very long time. Then she did something she had never done before. She turned and looked at Daniel. She smiled. It was a very small smile, almost not a smile at all, but it was there. like a flower opening one petal in the middle of winter. She nodded at him, just once. She did not say anything. She turned back to the window. She drank her coffee. She left. The next morning, when she paid for her coffee, she did not say, "Keep it." She said, "Keep it. Thank you, Daniel." Daniel's heart felt warm. She had said his name. It was the first time. Months passed. Then a year. The old woman became part of Daniel's daily life. She was always there, always at the same time, always at the same table. Daniel's co-workers thought it was strange. His manager said, "Why does she give you so much money? Maybe she is a millionaire. Maybe she does not know what to do with her money." Daniel did not think so. He had watched her coat get more and more worn out as the months went by. He had watched her shoes get older. He had watched her get a little thinner. He had watched her hands shake a little more when she held her cup. She was not a rich woman, but every day she gave him $20. He started saving the money, separately, in a small wooden box under his bed. He did not feel right spending it. He did not understand why she was giving it to him. He did not feel like he had earned it, so he saved it. He told himself that one day, if she stopped coming, he would find her and give the money back. After 8 months, the box was full. There was over $4,000 inside. Daniel did not tell anyone, not his mother, not his sister, not his friends. It was a secret. Between him and the old woman who never told him her name, their relationship slowly changed. After the note, the old woman started speaking to Daniel a little more. Not much, just a few words. "Good morning, Daniel. The weather is nice today. Your sister is well?" She had remembered that he had a sister. He had only mentioned Lily once, briefly, when she had been quiet for so long that he was trying to fill the silence. She had remembered. That meant she had been listening. Daniel started to think of her as a friend, a strange, silent friend. A friend who knew almost nothing about him and who he knew nothing about. But a friend. He started bringing her small gifts. Not big ones. He could not afford big ones, but small ones. A flower from the garden in his backyard. A small drawing his sister Lily had made for her. A warm scarf when winter came because her old coat looked thin. A small piece of cake on her birthday. He did not know when her birthday was, so he picked a day. The first day of spring. It seemed like a good day for a birthday. She accepted each gift quietly. She would touch it gently. She would nod. She would say, "Thank you, Daniel." She never gave him a gift in return. He did not want one. The $20 every day was already too much. One morning in December, the old woman did not come. It was the first time in over a year. Daniel waited. He watched the door. He thought maybe she was just late. But she did not come that day. She did not come the next day. She did not come the day after that. After 3 days, Daniel started to worry. After a week, his worry turned into fear. He did not know where she lived. He did not know her name. He did not know her phone number. He did not know if she had any family. He had been sitting next to her every morning for over a year, and he knew nothing about her. He felt sick about it. He started asking the regular customers, "Did you ever see the old woman who sat by the window? Do you know her name? Do you know where she lives?" Most people did not know. She was always there. Yes, every morning. I never noticed her. That made Daniel sad. How many people had passed her by every day and never noticed her? How many people pass each other every day and never notice anyone? After 2 weeks, Daniel could not take it anymore. He started walking the streets near the coffee shop. He thought maybe he would see her. Maybe she lived nearby. Maybe she was sick. Maybe she needed help. He walked for hours after work, up and down every street within a mile of the open door. He looked into the windows of small houses. He looked into apartment buildings. He asked at the post office. He asked at the small grocery store. He asked at the library. Nobody knew her. One small woman with silver hair, who always wore a gray coat. In a city of millions, she was invisible. Daniel went home each night and lay in his bed, exhausted. His mother asked him what was wrong. He could not explain. How could he explain that he was looking for an old woman whose name he did not know, who had given him $20 a day for over a year? For no reason? His mother would think he was crazy. He kept looking. After 3 weeks, Daniel had an idea. He walked into the small police station near his neighborhood. He stood at the front desk. He felt nervous. A tired-looking police officer looked up from her computer. "Can I help you? I am looking for someone. Are you reporting a missing person? I do not know if she is missing. I do not know her name. But she came to my coffee shop every morning for over a year, and now she has not come in 3 weeks, and I am worried. I think something is wrong." The police officer raised her eyebrows. "You do not know her name?" "No." "Do you know where she lives?" "No." "Do you have a picture?" "No." The officer sighed. "Son, I cannot help you find someone if you do not know their name or where they live. There are millions of old women in this city. Please, please. I think something happened to her. She always came, every single day." 2 months it has been. 3 weeks. Something is wrong. The officer looked at him for a long moment. There was something in her eyes. A softening. Maybe she had a grandmother. Maybe she remembered what it felt like to care about an old woman. She said, "I cannot promise anything, but tell me what she looked like. Tell me everything you know about her." Daniel told her everything. The silver hair, the blue eyes, the gray coat, the white handkerchief, the way she walked, the way she held her coffee cup with both hands. The officer wrote it all down. "I will ask around," she said. "If anything comes up, I will call this number." Daniel gave her the number of the coffee shop. He walked out of the police station with tears in his eyes. He did not know why he was crying. He just was. 2 days later, the phone rang at the coffee shop. Daniel's manager answered. "Daniel, it is for you. The police." Daniel ran to the phone. His hands were shaking. "Hello? Hello? Is this Daniel?" "Yes." "This is Officer Martinez. We spoke a few days ago about the old woman." "Yes, yes." The officer took a deep breath. "I think we found her." Daniel could not speak. "Daniel, I am sorry to tell you this. There was an old woman who matched your description. Silver hair, gray coat, blue eyes. She lived alone in a small apartment about half a mile from your shop. The neighbors had not seen her for a few weeks. They called us. We went to check. Is she all right?" "No, Daniel. I am so sorry. She passed away. We think it was about 3 weeks ago. She had a heart problem. She died peacefully, in her sleep, in her own bed." Daniel could not breathe. The world started to spin. He sat down on the floor, behind the counter, with the phone still in his hand. "Daniel, are you there?" "Yes," he whispered. "There is something else. We need to talk to you." The woman. Her name was Eleanor. Eleanor Wright. She left a note. The note was on her kitchen table. The note had your name on it. Daniel felt cold all over. "My name?" "Yes." The note said, "If anything happens to me, please find Daniel at the Open Door coffee shop. He is family." Daniel, this woman, Eleanor, did she have any family? Children? "I do not know," Daniel whispered. "I do not know anything about her. Can you come to the station? We need you to talk to her lawyer." "There is." "Well, there are some things she left for you." Daniel went to the police station. His mother went with him. He did not tell her everything, just that someone he had known had passed away, and that they had left him something. His mother held his hand the whole way. At the station, they met with a thin man in a brown suit. He was a lawyer. He looked very serious, but also kind. His name was Mr. Harrison. "Daniel," he said, "I have been Eleanor's lawyer for 30 years. She updated her will last year in November. She added you to it." "Added me?" "Yes, she left almost everything to you." Daniel's mother covered her mouth. "Sir," she said, "there must be a mistake. My son did not know this woman. He just served her coffee. The lawyer smiled gently. Ma'am, there is no mistake. Eleanor was a private woman. She did not have many people in her life. But she trusted your son. She told me about him. She told me he was kind. He opened a folder. Daniel, Eleanor wanted me to give you this letter when the time came. She wrote it last month. She knew her heart was failing. She did not have much time. He handed Daniel a white envelope. On the front, in beautiful, shaky handwriting, was the word Daniel. Daniel's hands were shaking. He opened the envelope. Inside, there was a long letter. He started to read. My dear Daniel, if you are reading this, then I am gone. I am sorry. I wanted to tell you everything before I left, but the words would not come. I want to tell you who I am, who I really am, so that you can understand why I came to your coffee shop every morning for so long. My name was Eleanor Wright. I was 78 years old. I lived alone in a small apartment, just a short walk from your shop. I had a husband once. His name was Thomas. We were married for 45 years. He was a good man, the best man I ever knew. He passed away from cancer 11 years ago. After he died, I did not know how to live. He had been my whole world. I had a son once. His name was Daniel. Yes, Daniel, the same name as yours. Our Daniel was 19 years old when he died. It was 22 years ago. He was working in a coffee shop, just like you. He was saving money for college. He wanted to be a teacher, just like you. There was a car accident. He was walking home from work, late at night. A driver who had been drinking did not see him. Our Daniel was killed instantly. He was 19 years and 4 months old. I do not know how to describe what losing a child feels like. I will not try. It is the kind of pain that has no words. The kind of pain that fills every corner of your life. Forever. My husband and I never had another child. We were too old. Our Daniel had been our miracle. He was 20 years old when we adopted him, when he was a baby. We had given up hope of having a child. And then he came to us, our beautiful boy, our reason for living. When Thomas died, I had no one left. For years, I just survived. I did not live. I did not enjoy anything. I sat in my apartment. I waited to die. Then, 2 years ago, I walked past your coffee shop. The open door. I had never noticed it before, but that morning, I saw a young man through the window. He was making coffee. He was about 19 years old. He looked just like my Daniel. Not exactly, but close enough that my heart almost stopped. I went inside. I ordered a coffee. I sat by the window. I watched him. I know it sounds strange. I know it sounds wrong. But you reminded me of him so much, Daniel. The way you moved, the way you smiled at the customers, the way you tied back your hair. For 1 hour, I could pretend. I could pretend that my son was still alive, that he was making coffee in a small shop. That if I just sat there long enough, he would come over to my table and say, "Hi, Mom. I will be home for dinner tonight." I know it was selfish. I know I should have told you, but I was afraid you would not understand. I was afraid you would think I was crazy. So I just came. Every morning, for 2 years, just to sit in the same room as a young man who looked like my son. I tipped you $20 because I wanted to help you. I knew you were saving for something. I could see it in your eyes. The way you worked so hard. The way you saved every penny. I wanted to help. The way I would have wanted someone to help my Daniel if he had lived. I am so sorry I never told you. I am so sorry I could not be brave enough to speak. I want you to know something, Daniel. You gave me 2 years of my life back. Before I walked into your coffee shop, I was waiting to die. After I walked in, I had a reason to wake up each morning. Just one small reason. But it was enough. You were kind to me when you did not have to be. You smiled at me when I could not smile back. You wrote me a note. You gave me a chair. You gave me silence when I needed it, and quiet conversation when I needed that. You gave me a flower from your garden. You gave me a piece of cake on a day you decided was my birthday. You loved me, Daniel. You did not know it, but you did. You loved a strange old woman who could not even tell you her name. And so I want to leave you everything I have. It is not a lot. I am not a rich woman. But Thomas and I lived simply, and we saved carefully. There is enough to send you to college. For all 4 years, for a teaching degree, anywhere in this country. There is also enough left over for your sister Lily, so she can study art. I never met her, but I feel I know her. You spoke of her sometimes, and your eyes would change. The way my Daniel's eyes used to change when he spoke of the things he loved. Please use the money. Please become a teacher. Please be the kind of teacher that my Daniel wanted to be. Please live, Daniel. Please live for both of you. And one more thing. If you ever, in your life, see a lonely person in your coffee shop or anywhere else, please be kind to them. Please give them a seat by the window. Please give them silence when they need it. Please write them a small note. Please give them a flower from your garden. You do not know what they are carrying. You do not know what one small kindness can do. You saved my life, Daniel. A boy I did not know. A boy who made me coffee. A boy who reminded me of someone I lost. Thank you. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being kind when so many people are not. Thank you for the most beautiful 2 years of my old age. I am going to see my Thomas now, and my Daniel. I am ready. I am at peace. But I leave a piece of my heart with you. Always. With all my love, Eleanor. Daniel could not stop crying. His mother held him. The lawyer waited quietly. When Daniel could finally speak, he asked one question. How much did she leave me? The lawyer looked at him. $240,000, Daniel, plus her apartment, which is paid for, and which, in her note, she said you could sell, or live in, or do whatever you wished. Daniel did not move. His mother started to cry. The lawyer continued. She also left a letter for your sister, with a smaller amount, enough for art school. And one more letter, for you to open when you become a teacher. She asked that you wait until then. Daniel nodded. He could not speak. He held Eleanor's letter in his hands. He read it again and again. He realized, slowly, that he had not just served her coffee. He had been her son, in some way, for 2 years. And she had been his quiet, watching, loving grandmother, or fairy godmother, or guardian angel, or all of those things at once. He had not known. He had just been kind. Because that was who he was. Because his mother had taught him to be kind. Because the world was a hard place, and small kindnesses were the only thing that made it better. He had not known that those small kindnesses had been saving someone's life. He did not know if he ever would have known, if she had not died. That was the saddest part. Daniel went to college. He studied history. He became a teacher. He taught at a middle school, in the same neighborhood where he had grown up. He taught children whose families did not have much money, children who reminded him of himself. At that age, he was a very good teacher. His classroom was always warm. He always had snacks for children who came to school hungry. He always had a quiet corner with a comfortable chair for children who needed a moment of silence. He kept a photo of Eleanor on his desk. The lawyer had given him the photo. It was an old picture of her from when she was younger. She was smiling, holding her son, the other Daniel, when he was a baby. The children would ask, "Mr. Daniel, who is that?" He would smile. He would say, "That is my friend Eleanor," and her son, who was also named Daniel. They were very kind people. They taught me how to be kind. Every year, on the first day of his class, Daniel told his students a story. He told them about a small coffee shop with a yellow door and a bell that rang when you walked in. He told them about an old woman in a gray coat who came every morning and gave the young man behind the counter a $20 tip on a $3 coffee. He told them how the young man did not understand, how he was just kind to her, how that small kindness that he did not even think much about changed both of their lives forever. You see, he would say, you never know what someone is carrying. You never know what storm they are walking through. The person at the bus stop, the person at the grocery store, the person who serves you food at a restaurant. Every single person you meet today is fighting a battle you cannot see. Be kind to them. Smile at them. Hold the door open for them. Say their name. You may never know what your kindness does, but it does something. It always does something. Sometimes it saves a life. The children would listen very quietly. Some of them would remember the story for the rest of their own lives. So, that is the story of the lady by the window, the old woman who came to a small coffee shop every morning for 2 years, who sat by the window drinking her coffee, who watched a young man who looked like the son she had lost. She gave him $20 a day for 400 days. For 2 years of mornings, she gave him a chance. She gave him a future. She gave him the most beautiful gift one human can give another. She gave him meaning. But here is the thing, my friend. He gave her something too. He gave her a place to come every morning when she could have stayed in her empty apartment and waited to die. He gave her a smile when nobody else was smiling at her. He gave her a flower, a scarf, a note, a piece of cake on a made-up birthday. He gave her something to live for. They saved each other. 2 strangers, a coffee shop on a quiet corner, a cup of coffee, 2 sugars, a $20 bill. That is all it takes, sometimes, to save a life, to be saved. I want to ask you something now, my friend. Tomorrow morning, when you walk past someone on the street, look at them, just for a moment. Look at their face, look at their eyes. Think about what they might be carrying. Smile at them, just a small smile. You do not even have to speak. You may never know what your smile does. But maybe, somewhere in the world, there is an Eleanor, looking for a face that reminds her of someone she lost. And maybe your face will be the one. Maybe your kindness will be the one. Maybe you will be the small light that helps her wake up tomorrow. Maybe you already are, to someone, and you just do not know it yet. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this story. If your heart feels warm right now, please hold on to that warmth. Carry it into the rest of your day. Give it away to someone who needs it. The world is hard, but we have each other. That has always been enough. If you would like to hear another story like this one, you know what to do. The small red button, one small tap, and I will be here, waiting for you, with the next quiet story that wants to find its way into your heart. Until then, please remember, you are not alone. You never were. There are Eleanors out there, watching you, loving you, hoping for you, and there are Daniels out there, serving you coffee, smiling at you, holding the door for you. You are surrounded by love. You just have to look for it. Good night, my friend. Be kind, be brave. Be the reason someone wakes up tomorrow. You are loved. Always.